My name is Urzam. Recently, my team and I realized that there are always negative connotations associated with conforming to society. So we set out to find the reasons as well as the good and bad impacts. This is my social experiment on conforming to society.
Me what I wanted to be, then told me what not to be. And I wasn't the only one. We were being told that we somehow must become what we are not, sacrificing what we are to inherit the masquerade of what we will be. I was being told to accept the identity that others will give me.
Tough, powerful, heterosexual. That's long been the image of the male athlete. But what if you're tough, powerful, and homosexual?
I'm ready, and I think the country is ready, supporting an openly gay basketball player.
The NBA's Jason Collins is among the mere handful of professional athletes to open what some call the last closet in America, the locker room. Some pro athletes took offense, like Mike Wallace of the Miami Dolphins, who tweeted, "All these beautiful women in the world and guys want to mess with other guys."
So right now, I'm going to go up to just anybody, just random people, and then dress as an immigrant and talk to them, start a conversation, and see how it goes. So after that, I'm going to dress normally, and then go talk to girls in my language and see what happens then. Assalamu alaikum Grenada, क्या हाल है? Assalamu alaikum.
Does the clothes you wear affect how people perceive you?
Yes, they do, because I usually don't like to dress up so much. People think I'm a nerd and don't know anything about dressing just because of that.
करके जरा जरा बेईमानियां मेरी ladies करो सीना जोरी तुम्हें होना हो मंजूर फिर दिल की चोरी
I'm good.
What are we talking?
My legs go for me.
What of the shalwa?
Go.
Just film.
Huh?
Like start camera action.
Shut up. You can't be the guy, ew. It's nasty. It's nasty.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, right. I thought you were doing great.
क्या आपको मुश्किल हो रहा है ये खोलना?
Does the clothes you wear affect how people perceive you? it can affect you because if you're dressed shitty, then people would be like, oh, like what the hell is she wearing and stuff like that.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Now you look swagged up. Yeah. You good. You do good.
How does society influence what you wear?
People we look up to have incredible influence over us and will tend to want to wear the things that they wear simply because a part of us, even though it's so unauthentic, lets that person represent us in some way. But we are a copycat society, that's the bottom line. We'll tend to copy it, knowing that that's safe. That's troubling, but it's a fact.
People wear certain brand names, they carry, certain phones because there's a certain status associated with the items that they wear or that they possess.
Excuse me. तड़प के इस दिल से निकलती रही मुझको सजा दी प्यार की ऐसा क्या गुनाह किया कि लुट गए.
Oh ladies, करके जरा.
Oh my god! Don't do this! I don't know.
So I just went up to two girls, and the funny thing that happened, I thought it was interesting actually, was that one girl wanted to listen to me. She wanted to be part of the experiment. The second girl, the second I started talking, she ran off, and the first girl followed her, which represents perfectly how society affects an individual. An example would be, let's say I'm in the library, okay, and I'm being loud. So then the librarian would come up to me and tell me to stop being such a mean guy, let other people study. And if I was in a large group, then I would just, tell her a joke, tell her something funny, and it's all good. Life continues on. However, if I was alone, I would apologize profusely and, try to make things right. So a group affects how you act.
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Oh, I want you to pay attention to the girl in the plaid shirt on the left, okay? So when I first go to hug the girl beside her, oh look, oh yes, it's funny. Oh, hee tee hee, you're such a noob. He's hugging you. I laugh at you. And look at her expression when she realizes I'm going around in a circle. Alright? Look closely and it's like, oh no, oh shit, he's coming after me. How do I do this without him, hugging me? How do I escape from this nightmare? Yeah. And eventually they hug me because, they don't want to be the one people that didn't hug me. They don't want to be the outcasts of their small society. So when I was going up to people, and when they were alone, they would usually be more willing to participate. But then when they'd be in a group, they'd be like, a few would want to, and then a few would not want to. And then the ones that would not want to would make all the ones that wanted to follow their decision, which would, not really made them follow, but I think put pressure on them to follow them, if you know what I mean. And I think that's interesting into itself, that a group, just one person could change the whole group's mentality. And that's controlling society.
जी खूबसूरत. You want to do some bodies tonight?
तंग ना कर यार, टीचर बात कर रही है.
Okay, so just link me up with the money later. Okay, YOLO.
बस कर. ये YOLO क्या चीज़ है? So, right now I'm going to random strangers again. But this time we're going to see how they react to overused slang words used inappropriately. I mean, not inappropriately, but in the wrong situation. Yeah. Seeing swag, homie, YOLO. Seeing swag, homie, YOLO. Hashtag.
That's a USB. What is so cool about USB?
Seeing swag, homie, YOLO. Peace. YOLO swag.
What is the purpose of using slang?
I think you'll get different answers from different people, but I think when you're talking about slang and technology, whether it's a text message or an email or something like that, we've been trained to shortcut and to do things as quickly as possible. And sometimes that can compromise the very language that we use. And it is detrimental to that language. If you take a look at how few words that we use time and time again, it's sad. There are so many words that we never use. And we're misspelling basic words intentionally. And that's leading to dumbing down of conversational society.
It's faster, like instead of, you can say reach instead of yo, come here, or stuff like that.
So today, Kashif, which is a guy, he introduced me to Facebook, and so I'm gonna sign up and see what happens. YOLO swagger. Shit. Nice. Okay, so now Kashif has gotten me signed up for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and this reflects how, you know, society is continuously evolving, and the expectations of each and every individual is now being, you know, pressured upon the rest of society. So yeah.
Do you understand the slang terms used by your students?
I think I understand some of them, not necessarily all of them, probably more outdated ones than current ones.
Do you think people feel a part of something virtual through technology?
Yes, they do, because let's just, for an example, if 3 people have something, I'm going to want it. But if no one else does, I'm not going to want it. So that sort of has an impact on me wanting to be a part of them, because I want to be social with them as well. If I don't have it, I'm going to feel like I'm excluded.
Do humans naturally conform to society because they want to fit in or because they have no other choice?
I think that human beings naturally do conform to society because we're followers. Pages of history have shown quite clearly that there are far more followers than there are leaders amongst this species of human beings.
But an experiment is not a public opinion poll. It examines behavior under the pressure of social forces, as the experiment of Solomon Asch reveals.
The experiment you'll be taking part in today involves the perception of lengths of lines. As you can see here, I have a number of cards, and on each card there are several lines. Your task is a very simple one. You're to look at the line on the left and determine which of the 3 lines on the right is equal to it in length. All right, we'll proceed in this order. You'll give your answer.
Only one of the people in the group is a real subject, the 5th person with the white t-shirt. The others are confederates of the experimenter and have been told to give wrong answers on some of the trials. The experiment begins uneventfully as subjects give their judgments.
2. 2.
2.
2.
2.
3.
3.
3. 3.
But on the 3rd trial, something happens.
2.
2.
2.
2.
2.
The subject denies the evidence of his own eyes and yields to group influence.
So when we first set out, it was to find out the impacts and the good and bad reasons of, conforming to society. And one thing I've realized is that there's a camaraderie, almost like a brotherhood between, your clique. It's your group, and you start to feel normal, you start to feel good about it. But then, on the other hand, there is also bad things, such as in the process of gaining friends, of gaining popularity, in that process, you start to lose yourself. Before I started this, I didn't know what swag was. Okay? All these new words, all these new terms, all these new clothes, it's not me, but it became me.
Woke up in London yesterday, found myself in the city near Piccadilly. Don't really know how I got here. I got some pictures on my phone, new names and numbers that I don't know. Address to places like Abbey